Hello, welcome back to my channel. So I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna read for today, but I feel like it's very much centered around the heart. There has been a huge shift today that I'm feeling in regards to kind of like the heart chakra of the earth almost, or the heart chakra of very significant people, a specific group of people on the earth right now. And I feel like this is related to twin flames. So just to give you the date, today it's 21st of September. Yeah, so I do feel like there is this change happening with twin flames actually. So maybe this reading is going to be about that. And when I say twin flames, by the way, let me just kind of clarify what I mean by that, because I know that there's probably still a lot of different opinions about it. The way I see twin flames at this present moment is that the people that I would refer to as twin flames, they're actually at the point now where they have made their subconscious conscious. And so that is how they become literally twin flames. You know, it's like they have their consciousness, their day-to-day consciousness, which is a light. You can see it as a flame when you look at people through the subconscious. But then these people, they have also made their subconscious, which is usually kind of associated with the moon, you know, so only reflected by the day-to-day consciousness. Twin flames makes this part of their consciousness into a light as well. So it's almost like they become this double sun, dual sun, literally two flames within one human being. To me, that is what twin flames is at this point in time. It's the people that have or are close to kind of integrating and having this double sun within their being. That's what I'm feeling. And so for this group of people, they are now going through this process of actually merging their hearts with their other, you know, with the kind of the soul or the higher self that they worked with to get to this place of becoming a double sun themselves. So I'm seeing that and I feel like a lot of people have a lot of different questions here. It's like, can you have many twin flames? And yes, in a sense you can. In a sense, everyone are twin flames on the spiritual plane, but not everyone will be able to be your twin flame in the physical at this point in time. That's how I see it. And that has to do with genetics as well. A lot of the time, your body is not going to want to merge with everyone in the physical because of different reasons. You know, there are many different reasons as to why we may not want that, or why your body, your kind of like nature, the dark feminine, does not want you to do that. And so in a sense, yes, in the spiritual, we are all twin flames. We could all create union with each other and learn from each other and build each other up, but not everyone is going to be able to have that in the physical. You're not going to be able to have that with everyone in the physical. That's how I see it at this point. So I don't know why I'm going into all of that, but let's just try to pull a card here to see what comes through. There is definitely a lot of change now. It's a birthing that's happening. That's what I'm feeling. And it's happening because it's almost like the heart chakra of the twin flames are now big enough to understand and accept both the light and the shadow of their other, like their twin. So they can accept all of the timelines where their twin never awaken. You know, they're able to accept that and have unconditional love for that. But then they're also able to accept and have unconditional love for the timelines where their twin becomes their most enlightened self, you know, like this extremely beautiful, radiant being that would make you feel small yourself. You know, so it's almost like for these people, this group of twin flames now, I'm seeing that they're both able to be extremely humbled in the light of their twin, like in the greatness of their twin, but they're also able to kind of be like the complete bigger person in facing the darkness of their twin. So it's actually very beautiful. It's a huge step, is what I'm hearing. It's a huge achievement, is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing congratulations. Like, it feels like there's a lot of these spiritual guides that are very impressed by this, because they're saying it's very rare to accomplish such a thing in this day and age. So yeah, that's cool. Let's see if we can get a card though. Vision Quest underneath the deck, but interestingly, the mystical shaman kind of fell in slightly into reverse in my lap. So there's something here about some kind of gifts that are not fully awakened, I'm feeling. And these are elemental gifts, is what I'm hearing, that is here to guide you on your path further. Behind the Vision Quest was also the Hunter, and the Andean Cross. So I'm feeling this is, and the Child, this is so important. I'm feeling this is linked a little bit also to the reading I did yesterday with the Andean Cross here. There's something about, I'm hearing it, wow, that was clear, giving the feminine power. Stepping out of the position of being a hunter, giving the feminine more power. Sitting down is what I'm feeling. Sitting down. I'm also hearing becoming, it's like you're stepping into your queen and king state. You know, that the queen and the king, they sit down. They're not on a high horse, you know, in the same way that the knight is on a high horse. He's on a mission, you know, he's there to convince other people. And so in the world of the knight, it's like other people holds the power. It's the collective that is important. It's almost like when we step into the queen and the king state, I'm hearing it's the soul, it's the light, it's the sun, you know, it's the interplay between these two suns, I'm feeling. And so, yeah, sitting down. Let's see if we can get some more here. I'm also hearing things are meant to come to you easily. And so if they don't, you're trying too hard, is actually what I'm hearing. You're trying too hard. You need to work your magic more. You need to make your inner child happier. And I'm hearing, because we're doing this for the children, remember? And so that's and I'm hearing this is an ancient prophecy. This is very beautiful. It's kind of like bringing up, yeah, kind of a lot of tears, but it's an ancient prophecy that it feels like there were certain people that agreed to do this, kind of like before they were born or whatever, certain souls agreeing to do this, that it's almost like when the world reaches its end, like we're moving into end times now. We're moving into the fall and then winter, and I'm not saying this in like a seasonal way, but we're moving into the falling, you know, the time when the matrix will start to collapse and crumble, and we will face winter, which is a time when life could end if we're not, you know, connected enough to the stars, if we're not bright enough, if we're not listening to the future. And so it feels like the twin flames, they were like a group of people that they agreed to come at this time. And it is to kind of like ensure that life on earth can continue. It's to make the feminine powerful again. It's to restore the feminine and kind of like bring in children that can be free in some kind of way. And again, I feel when I say the child, it's not just literal children. These are also, you know, it's our play. it's kind of like turning work into play. You know, imagine for work to become play, it's not that many steps that we would need to take. It's just like, it's something that we like to do, and it's something that we can choose to do. It's not something to where we're enslaved, you know. When work happens, it's almost like because we feel like we have to do it. We cannot choose anymore. We become enslaved. And so it's very much linked to that 10th house, you know, the Capricorn house, which is also midwinter here in the north, at least. So there's something about that. There's something about that strengthening those parts of yourself, like your ability to be free in your life, and also your ability to not forcing yourself to do things that you don't have to do. Try to get out of that. Try to get out of those contracts. That's what I'm getting. And you won't have to work hard. I'm hearing you're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. Like, make yourself small enough to fit into these new timelines, and you're gonna start living that reason, is what I'm getting. But let's ask more specifically, why was the mystical shaman in reverse? I'm hearing you're missing the point. So what am I missing? What's the point? 5 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and then the Chariot, and the 9 of Wands, and the Star. So I'm definitely feeling that this is both like the shadow and the light of, you know, kind of like the heart chakra of the earth. It's understanding both the timelines where earth actually ends and we're not able to make it, and, you know, humans die and we don't continue to evolve, because it's like these timelines, they do exist. And I'm hearing, and they're closer than they have been in a long time. But then there's also the other horse, you know, the light horse, the white horse, where it's almost like we really step into our power as a collective, and we, you know, it's like this is really that heaven on earth energy. And so I feel like for these people, these twin flames, it's almost like you're here now in the middle, and you see both of these, all of these potentials, this wide range of timelines that could happen depending on what people will choose. And it's almost like you're starting to realize your responsibility, is actually what I'm getting. But you're also starting to realize that it's like you have to be lighthearted about it. Your heart cannot become a stone. You cannot become forceful. You cannot become rigid. You have to be light. You have to be blessed. Like, you have to be magical. That's what I'm feeling. And so, yeah, I'm just feeling a lot of shifting and shedding and rearranging happening within these people right now. Fives, 2 5s, so there's a lot of shifts, and it's within the fire realm and within the water realm. And I'm also hearing specifically with this 5 of Cups, your love is safe. It's inside of you. And so remember that, like, your love is safe. I feel like accept the timelines that you do not want to happen. Accept them, you know, surrender them. You are not, one person is not meant to be in charge of saving the earth. We're not in those times. It's like we're moving into Age of Aquarius. We all have to stand up. We all have to do our part. It's not meant to be like one spiritual authority anymore. We all need to awaken that side of ourselves. And so no one is here to take on the full responsibility. No one really has the right to use force anymore because we have to save something. It feels like that's just not supported. And so I feel like that's why we kind of have to learn to accept the worst imaginable. You know, we have to learn to accept these feelings of the dark night, you know, the dark night of the soul, but also the dark winter night when actually life does not continue. It's almost like we have to be strong enough to accept that and say, yes, okay, it's there and it can go that way. But then I feel it's kind of up to us to say, but that is not my will, so please guide me, like please show me the way. What can I do? And so I feel like for a lot of you, you're right in the middle of this, like starting to receive that guidance on a completely new level, on a level where it becomes more serious. Because I feel up until this point, it's almost like the twin flames, they haven't taken themselves seriously at all. They've just been kind of very much under the weather, and they haven't really, like, you know, it's been a little bit like this, yeah, it's like, it seems so superficial, and it seems like it's about love, it's about, but now I think a lot of people are actually starting to see, and I'm actually hearing how powerful they have become. And I feel like that is part of receiving some of these new gifts. Like I said, it's in a very humble way, because there's just so much pain there with receiving these gifts. It's like a ripping. It's ripping the heart open, actually. So there's a lot of pain. I'm also hearing power has to come with pain these days. If not, everyone would just be like these blazing balls of fire. It's like, yeah, it's like almost like the masculine energy is so out of control here on earth today. He's turned into a devil, is what I'm hearing. Temperance coming out, and then the 5 of Swords, another 5. Yeah, there's a lot of shadow that those of you that will resonate with this feeling, that you're healing. A lot of shadow attacks, creating a lot of difficult emotions within you, making you confused, taking you away from your gifts. So just know that it's happening, and don't fight it. Just accept it. Keep asking for guidance. Keep asking to connect to the divine feminine, which is kind of like the restored version of the feminine. You know, it's when our subconscious becomes fully enlightened, and when our inner feminine is as powerful as our masculine, and so that creates balance. And so I feel, keep asking to connect to the divine feminine, because she's gonna make your intuition so on point, is what I'm getting. She's gonna help you to become so psychic, so tuned in. Like, this is really, really cool energy, actually. I really like this when the divine feminine grows her power, because she's so bright. Like, you will have kind of what people would call supernatural abilities, in that you will be able to see things that other people don't. You'll be able to read information that other people, you know, they have to spend years, actually, is what I'm hearing, digesting. So I don't know how that would work, but I'm hearing it has to do with feelings. So I can understand that a little bit, but I just don't want to go into it right now because it's so big. The High Priestess comes out, and the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely there is some luck for this group of people. I feel like it's so important for you to work with that divine feminine energy. It is what is going to help you liberate yourself, is what I'm feeling. And also underneath the deck was the 10 of Swords. So also kind of like get out of this position of being crucified is actually what I'm hearing. Yeah, for a lot of you, I almost feel like you're in... Yeah, for a lot of you, it's almost like you are, especially if you're dominant feminine, then it's almost like you're trapped in this zero state. You're trapped in this limbo. You're not fully able to manifest yourself because there's just so much shadow that you have to overcome to be able to birth yourself. But it's close though. It's very close. But I'm also feeling, if this resonates, to not put all your eggs in one basket. I'm feeling to like, because there is so much uncertainty. Because like I said, now we're moving into a time where it's not just going to be up to one or a couple of big men. These big men are losing their spiritual power, meaning that people won't necessarily just receive their information from one source anymore. People will spread out much more, and that means that it's harder to predict long term. Things could shift rapidly. Like things could spiral down rapidly, but things could also spiral up rapidly. And so we're in this it's like time has melted. You know, it's not set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. And so that's why I'm feeling that, because there is no kind of like set timeline that is going to come in, I'm getting the guidance to spread yourself out. Like if there are a number of different things that you enjoy doing, it's like prepare to get all of them going. And it's just like then you can switch between these things as kind of the time rolls in, is actually what I'm hearing. Because at this point in time, it's just not decided yet. It's like it's not decided yet what time we're gonna be facing. And I'm also getting that this may very well vary from country to country as well. So for some of you, the Chariot may actually mean that you're realizing that you want to leave the place that you're living currently, because you're seeing that it's over here. Like it's over for me here. It's like this is not gonna work out for me. I need to go. I need to leave. For some of you, that's what I'm feeling. And again, it's like the feminine, the divine feminine particularly is that source of new light right now. That's what I'm feeling. It is that source of new light right now. And I'm hearing grounded in, with the mystical shaman here, grounded in. Return it to earth is what I'm hearing, and you will be rewarded. I feel this is linked to the Wheel of Fortune. I'm also getting share the wisdom that you receive, but not in the way of the night. So it's about sitting down. It's not about trying to, I feel like it's not about trying to reach a lot of people or getting this information out to the masses. It's just more, and convincing people to like change or whatever. It's just more about putting it out there so that the people that have the potential to receive it does. It's not about like, I feel like it's not about working with the masses right now. It's about working with very specific people that have built potential, that already have some potential is what I'm feeling. Particularly related to the Chariot here, that has this bigger heart chakra. Because these are the people that it feels like these are the people that will be very valuable to Earth, like as a being. It feels like she wants to work very closely with these people, they can help her restore. And also help, I'm hearing help maintain life. So somehow, like through that energetic work, because again, like I said, it happens through the subconscious, right? And so people that are not awake in their subconscious, they're not making choices in their subconscious. You know, when timelines come in, if you resonate with this reading, you already know this, but it's kind of like when timelines come in, you will always get the choice, if there is a choice. And usually there's a lot of choice. Do you want this or do you want this? If you want this, you may have to like clear out this and this karma. You may have to face this and this. You may have to change this and this. If you want this, you can just stay as you are. You know what I mean? But a lot of people, they don't, if you're not awakened, don't see this. And so you just take whatever comes your way. You just stay the same. You don't really see the severity of why you're feeling guided to change. And so many people end up not changing, and so they just continue looping. And so that's what I'm feeling, that changing the masses is not that difficult once there is enough of these people, like the people that are actually twin flames, the people with the double flame. Then changing the masses is easy, because it's just about building enough of the good, high vibrational, healthy timelines, and then kind of like spreading them in the subconscious. And then people will just receive it, because again, they're not awoken. They're just gonna take what they get. So that's what I'm getting, that now it's a time to be specific with who you work with, actually, is what I'm getting. Don't waste your time on people that are not actually willing to do the work, is what I'm hearing. And yeah, 9 of Wands underneath the deck. So like, yeah, protect yourself. And then the Lovers coming out. Bubble yourself. Like, only work with people that are, I'm actually getting, only work with people that are willing to ground in this this type of energy that I've been speaking about here in this video. Like, those are the types of people that you can let into your physical reality. The people that reject that, I'm hearing, don't be intimate with them. And it's also something that you're gonna feel this so clearly, because again, like I spoke about earlier, it's like your body, the dark feminine, is gonna severely reject anyone that are not pulling in this energy of enlightenment into the earth. You're just gonna feel, she's gonna come up all the time wanting to push them away or break them down, or like, get away from me. One more card and then let's wrap this up. Anything else? But there's still a lot of shadow. You probably gonna experience still a lot of shadow attacks from the collective. People that are, I'm hearing, butt hurt. Like, there is kind of like they're jealous. They are not actually tuned into the highest good of all. It's almost like a lot of people still, they don't really care about whether life continues or not. They just don't care, because it's almost like their own life, to their mind, their own life doesn't even matter. They don't care about their own life even. Their mind is so toxic. And so I think that just realizing this, that their mind, their opinions, their words, it's just so insignificant at this point. They hold no power, is what I'm hearing. I think that for some of you, you need to realize this with the star. Like, yeah, as the earth becomes more powerful, this energy of not caring about life, naturally, if you don't care about life, you don't live a very long life. It starts shedding. So it's nothing to worry about. I'm hearing these are the types of energies that will trip themselves up and take their own power away. And so again, sit down, sit back, step into your sacredness, step into the energy of the high priestess, the queen, the new queen, is what I'm hearing. Okay, 2 final cards here. Yeah, death. Doesn't surprise me. And then the judgment. And the Queen of Coins. Yeah, you're starting to see your value now, is what I'm feeling. Especially if you're dominant feminine, you're starting to see your own value now. You're starting to see the power of your heart and the power of your light. The power of how you can actually reach people through the subconscious as well. And if you're a more dominant masculine energy, I feel like you're starting to see the power of the feminine. You're starting to see how important it actually is to creating more value for yourself. and a life worth living is what I'm hearing. So the cards that came out, the Moon and the Seven of Coins, but I pulled them up in reverse. Like I said, twin flames. The moon is turning into a sun now. That's what I'm feeling. It's the rising sun, sunrise. It hasn't happened yet, but that is this process right now. It's grounding in. Also, one final thing I will say, in the Death card, in the Rider-Waite, you see that it's only the child that is allowed to walk freely between the realms, right? That is allowed to walk freely out of death. It's only the child. The big man cannot pass, and also that servant woman, you know, the one that is just here to serve others and and the one that gives others all their power, she also cannot pass. It's just the child, the innocent child, the one that is here to play and enjoy and be magical. This is the one that is free. This is the one that is free. That's what I'm getting. So remember that. Remember that. I feel like that is part of the key. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.